Greetings. My name is Chris Dahl. I'm a graduate student at Jacksonville University. Today is April 21st, 2024, and I will be presenting to you my graduate capstone project for the course Applied Data Visualization and Analysis. And the topic I've chosen to cover is NFL statistics, trends, and betting analysis. I quickly just cover my agenda and what to expect over this video. The importance of tracking NFL trends for betting analysis. I'm going to review the big ball data source, discuss rationale for selecting big ball data, and then I'm going to go over all of my charts, dashboards, story points, and conclude with the final outcome and result. The importance of tracking NFL trends for betting analysis is now more important than ever because in the United States, there's many states that now have legalized gambling and many places again throughout the world. And the importance of tracking the NFL trends is to give the professional bettor an advantage over the general betting public. And I chose for my data set is the 2023 NFL box score team stats data set. It also includes several betting variables. So I'm going to be able to analyze the NFL stats, some betting stats, and then combining the betting stats and the NFL stats to really produce an insightful um, analysis. The big data set has 63 statistics or variables for all 32 teams in the NFL. And the reason I chose this is that it was complete data um, with no missing data, and it provides plenty of insights to a sports bettor looking to assess a value to a particular bet. And that's what I'm going to be really focusing on is the value of a bet. And we're going to determine the value of a bet through the analysis of the NFL charts, dashboards, and story points and see what occurs in the data. What does the data show? Okay, for the purpose of this analysis in this presentation, I'm going to be focusing in on the matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Here, the team rushing yards clearly indicate a large discrepancy, a big difference between the two teams, where the 49ers are out rushing the Jaguars about 1,200 yards in the season. Passing is also important. We're going to be taking a more granular look at passing and rushing as well. But here is just a quick visual for the bettor to see the top 10 passing teams in the league in the month of November. And this is where and that's the date the Jacksonville Jaguars and the 49ers play is in November. So which team passes better in November? Here we see the 49ers are here, but again, we don't see the Jacksonville Jaguars anywhere in the top 10. All right, here we take a look at the 49ers and Ravens score totals per month going up to their matchup November 12th. Here we can see that both teams are scoring a lot of points, and they're kind of a closely, evenly matched as far as points scored. And going into this matchup, many people believe that both teams could be going to the Super Bowl. Another important stat that we like to take a look at is the fourth down conversion rate on the road. Do teams go for fourth down? Do they go for it And this is very critical because, especially for the 49ers, because they are the road team. And do they go for it on fourth down? And what is their success rate? And here it shows their average success rate is about 70%, um, whereas Jacksonville is down around 25. So here, a huge discrepancy. Um, and this is important because any conversion on fourth down does swing the momentum to the team that's able to convert and keep the ball moving. Here we're going to take a look at passing yards. Now they're a little bit closer than they were in rushing, but again, San Francisco's at the top as they were in rushing. So really, San Francisco right now looks like a very well balanced team, both in the run game and the pass game. Here's a look at the pass to run ratio and the correlation to points scored for both teams. And here in the green, San Francisco, we can see that their pass to run ratio, they do like to pass the ball more than they run. Um, and this is typical. So we know their offensive strategy is to pass with a good mix of running, whereas the Jaguars in red have a tendency to pass the ball a lot more because they do not have as good a running game as do the 49ers. So that kind of points out a basic offensive scheme for each team. Here's an NFL scoring chart, and a lot of the bets are hinged on the team's ability to score points. Here we see the 49ers number one in the league, scoring 571 points, whereas the Jacksonville Jaguars at 377. This is almost a 200-point difference over the course of the season. This clearly indicates that the 49ers are able to put up points and a lot of them. And so this plays a key role in determining over and under bets and point spreads. Most NFL bets, people will bet the point spread, which team is favored to win the game and by how many points. So information here, this is where the information becomes critical. And with this correlation chart, it shows the closing odds, and then how much they beat the spread by. In many games, San Francisco is favored, as we show in the minus category, and they also um, beat the spread much more significantly, almost to a rate of 2-1 over Jacksonville. This is probably one of the most important slides because I did a linear regression on four very important NFL statistics, and I wanted to see which statistic is the best in determining an outcome. And here we find first downs is the most significant factor in scoring points in the National Football League. Rushing is very important. And here I have a side-by-side comparison and seeing the correlation between the rushing yards and the final score for road teams and home teams. And again, I just did the games up until their matchup on November 12th. And this indicates that the 49ers are a very good rushing team, both on the road and at home. And since the 49ers are on road, that serves to be very well for them going into a hostile environment such as Jacksonville. Okay, we've looked at all of the charts, and now we're just going to summarize it up with a clean dashboard focusing on running, the aspect of running. And here again, just a review, quick. Remember, the sports bettor is going over a lot of data um, to to place their bet and to determine the value of that bet. And not every bet has the same value. So, with the increase and big discrepancy between the 49ers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Um, the pass run correlation, the points scored, favors the San Francisco 49ers. And then rushing on the road versus scoring. Here again, the San Francisco 49ers have a distinct advantage. Moving on, we're going to take a dashboard look at the passing analysis. Here, the passing is a little bit closer is in terms of total yards, and the first downs are the most important factor in determining the success and points scored of a team. And then again, the pass to run ratio correlation. And there's a huge correlation, as there was in running, um, to points scored. And here, Jacksonville, or I'm sorry, the 49ers have a clear, distinct advantage. So as of right now, it's looking that San Francisco is not only uh, uh, have a better statistical value, but the the difference between the 49ers and the Jacksonville Jaguars, the difference is very large. Okay, I'm going to take us through two storyboards, bringing us to the end and the conclusion to place the value on the bet. And here the 49ers are favored to win their road game against the Jacksonville Jaguars by 3 points. There's a big difference in total rushing yards between the two teams. They score more points. The 49ers score more points when they pass the ball more than they run it. And here's a breakdown of how often a team beats the spread. And the 49ers have beaten a lot of large spreads many times. So they're battle tested, and no matter what the opponent, they score a lot of points. And not only do they score a lot of points, they score a lot of points over what they were expected to win by. Okay, getting even closer to making a determination. Here is our passing analysis. Again, the 49ers are favored by 3, so they start the game. San Francisco 0, Jacksonville Jaguars 3 points. So the first downs and pass yards are the most significant factor in determining points scored, which we know Jacksonville has a clear advantage in. And both teams are closer in passing, but as we determined Jacksonville, it means Jacksonville is probably a little bit more one-sided in the passing game than they are rushing. The 49ers are top in the top 10 throwing teams in November, and the Jaguars aren't so much. They're not even in the top 10. And this is key because now games mean more. They're getting closer to this end of the season. Um, and the pressure and the intensity increases. So playing well in November is important, and as is this chart. And here's the final nugget of information to take it into consideration before making a final decision, and that's a week by week scoring analysis breakdown of each team going into their November 12th matchup. Two more bonus slides. I did this one in R using R programming. And this is fun, just the change in betting totals. Because when the bets open up on Monday, they go all week and they fluctuate based on um, what what the betting public bet on. So if more people are betting the over, then the sports book place may increase their total maybe by half a point or point whatever it is, or under, going the other way, depending upon where the money's being placed. Here's my favorite chart. It's packed with information, and really it sums up all of our data analysis that we've done in the presentation leading up to this game. The margin of victory here, once again, the 49ers have a clear distinct and large advantage over the Jaguars. Um, the 49ers are a well balanced team, and you can see the Jacksonville has a limited rushing and imbalance in between their rushing and passing games. So, based on all the information, and the San Francisco 49ers are only favored by 3 points. Why are they only favored by 3 points? Well, the general public's view is that Jacksonville and the 49ers are both Super Bowl teams, meaning they could both go to the Super Bowl. And before this matchup, this game, Jacksonville was considered, the hot team and a lot of momentum, and that they were going to lose to 49ers, but by a very small margin. But the data shows that San Francisco has a clear and distinct advantage over the Jaguars. And the data shows that the 49ers should win this game by more than 3 points. Um, and so and this has a lot of value. So I could place maybe a little bit more money on this because the confidence level is high for me as a sports bettor, knowing that the data shows the San Francisco 49ers pretty much on all accounts, should dominate the Jacksonville Jaguars. So let's find out the result of this game. Okay, wow. Here we see that the 49ers not only covered the spread, they absolutely destroyed Jacksonville by a score of 34-3. And the margin of victory was the largest margin of victory for the 49ers in the entire NFL season. So the data supports this final score. Um, so there you see the difference and the advantage of how much data and analyzing the trends of the NFL statistics versus just going along with public sentiment. All right. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. I hope you gained some information and a better understanding of what role statistics, data analysis plays in sports betting, in particular on NFL football. Here's my contact information on the bottom of the screen. Again, thank you very much. It's been an enjoyable project, an enjoyable class, and I wish you all the best.